Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that the weekly preview clip has finally been released. For the week of July 21, fans can expect John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlan, and Bridget Forrester, Ashley Jones, to be suspicious of Liam Spencer's Scott Clifton miracle. Meanwhile, Nick Marone, Jack Wagner, and Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, come to an understanding. Let's start off with Taylor, who will cross paths with Nick. It seems they will be talking about the Bridgie situation. Nick zoomed into Los Angeles and tried reconnecting with Brooke. Nick had one condition though, and that was Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K, would have to be left in the past. Brooke isn't sure she can do that, but Nick sure is trying to swoon her. Meanwhile, Nick and Taylor cross paths. Nick questions Taylor about her dating Ridge. However, Taylor clarifies she's not just involved with Ridge, but is engaged to be married to him. That is when Nick smiles a bit and declares that Bridge reuniting shouldn't be a problem. It seems that Nick and Taylor both want the same thing, to keep Ridge and Brooke apart. So I could see them making some kind of deal. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the week of July 21 reveal that the preview clip also shows a perplexed Finn. There will be a scene in which Finn and Bridget discuss Liam's miracle. However, none of it really makes sense to either of them. Bridget might be able to move on, but Finn seems fixated on solving the mystery. There is also a scene that shows Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, and the mysterious surgeon operating on Liam. However, this could just be a flashback, as we have already seen Grace go through some guilt. I can't imagine they would operate on his brain again if the scans show the tumor is gone. Over with Eric Forrester, John McCook, he urges Ridge to stop himself from making a big mistake. Even though Eric told Taylor he was happy for her, he is going behind her back, trying to reunite Bridge. So, what is going to happen in Italy when Eric, Brooke, Ridge, and Nick are all on the adventure? There is word that Brooke will fall into the water, but which man will be her hero? As the waves crash along the Malibu shore and tension simmers behind the pristine Forrester facade, the bold and the beautiful gets ready to deliver a week packed with psychological intrigue, unexpected packs, and explosive truths. At the heart of the unfolding drama are Finn and Bridget, who begin probing a case that could shatter several lives, while Taylor and Nick reach an emotional crossroads that forces them to confront not only their own pasts, but also the ripple effects of their secrets. Day, a shadow over Malibu. Finn hasn't been the same since Liam's medical recovery took a turn no one could have predicted. The surgery had been a success, or so it seemed, but subtle inconsistencies in Liam's behavior have started to gnaw at Finn's instincts. And after a late-night call from Hope, who confides in Finn about her growing fears over Liam's erratic memory lapses and jarring mood swings, Finn finally stops brushing it off. Bridget, meanwhile, has just returned to Ley following a medical conference in Zurich. Her reunion with her mother, Brooke, is sweet but brief. Brooke is consumed by Ridge's continued emotional unavailability. Bridget's attention is drawn elsewhere, especially when Finn corners her at the hospital and urges her to review Liam's post-op files. "There's something off," Finn mutters as they pore over neuroimaging scans. "The surgery was clean. Textbook. But these behavioral symptoms, they don't line up with standard recovery." Bridget's eyes narrow. "You think there's been tampering? Or a misdiagnosis?" Finn adds darkly. Meanwhile, across town, Nick Marone steps back into the Forrester scene with unexpected urgency. He finds Taylor at her new private therapy suite, and she's startled by his reappearance. Still chasing waves and secrets, Taylor teases with a smirk. Nick's expression turns somber. "I need your help, Taylor. This isn't about sailing or singing. It's about my son, and it's about your daughter." TUSDA. Beginnings of a conspiracy. In a quiet hospital conference room, Finn and Bridget assemble Liam's surgical team's notes, cross-checking them with real-time behavioral charts. As they dive deeper into the files, Bridget discovers something startling, an anomaly in Liam's latest CT scan that wasn't present before surgery. Finn frowns. That wasn't reported. Why? Bridget looks pale. Either someone's hiding it, or someone else performed a secondary procedure. Their suspicion turns toward the mysterious post-op recovery room Liam was transferred to briefly. One not even Bridget had clearance to enter. They agree to keep their investigation discreet until they have concrete answers. Over a cappuccino meeting at Il Giardino, Taylor and Nick revisit their past entanglements. They once shared sparks, pain, and an ocean's worth of misunderstandings. But now they find themselves aligning for a different reason, protecting the next generation. Nick leans forward. Jack's been asking questions. About Sheila. About why he can't spend time with Finn. He knows something isn't right. Taylor's eyes widen, and Steffi's becoming increasingly paranoid about someone watching her and the kids. You think it's Sheila? Nick nods grimly. Or someone working for her. Their mutual concern for the safety of their children leads them to an unlikely decision, to form a pact. Together, they'll keep watch, share intel, and protect their families, by any means necessary. Wait ni SDI. Video OPN. Bridget calls an emergency consult with a trusted neurologist from the conference she attended. After showing him the scans, he drops a bombshell. The new anomaly suggests a microchip or implanted device, something intentionally placed in Liam's brain post-surgery. Are you saying someone implanted something in Liam's head after the surgery? Bridget gasps. Finn's mind reels. That would mean someone used the operation as a cover-up for something much bigger. Now armed with alarming evidence, they resolve to confront Deacon, who had strange access to the hospital in recent weeks, claiming he was delivering lunch to Hope and visiting Sheila. Finn's gut tells him Deacon knows more than he's letting on. Elsewhere, Taylor and Nick are putting their pact into action. Taylor, with her connections at the LAPD, quietly requests surveillance footage around Steffi's home. Nick uses his offshore contacts to trace movements around Sheila's last known haunts. They don't yet suspect the full scope of the plan, but Taylor's instincts are firing on all cylinders. Sheila may be out of prison, she says, but that doesn't mean she's not pulling strings from the shadows. And she's absolutely right. TGURSDA. Secretis assistarte to UNRAVEL. Deacon is cornered at Il Giardino by Finn and Bridget. Initially casual, Deacon's mask of calm begins to slip as Finn presents the evidence. I didn't do anything to Liam, Deacon says, voice tightening. But I might have seen something. A night nurse. The wrong badge. I figured it was just a fill-in. Bridget stiffens. That could have been when it happened. Who was she? Deacon sighs. Didn't catch her name. But she had a butterfly tattoo on her wrist. Blue and silver. Finn looks at Bridget. That's the same description Liam gave before he passed out. He said someone whispered to him right before everything went dark. They rush back to the hospital, trying to access employee records, only to discover that all digital logs for that night have been scrubbed. Meanwhile, Taylor and Nick's quiet investigation takes a sudden turn. Jack finds a strange package at his doorstep. Inside, a broken baby photo of himself and Finn. Written on the back, "Blood is never buried. You know where I am." Nick clutches the photo in horror. Sheila. Taylor reads it again, her jaw set. Or someone she's turned. Someone obsessed with family. Someone close. FRIDI. Familiar faces. Unfamiliar motives. As the week draws to a close, Finn and Bridget manage to isolate a frame from the hospital's exterior CCTV footage. There, in grainy black and white, is the night nurse with the butterfly tattoo, and another figure just behind her, obscured. Bridget enhances the image. Her breath catches. Is that Ivy? Finn squints. No, that's not Ivy. That's, oh my God, it's Daphne. The mysterious newcomer, Daphne, who had recently befriended Hope under the guise of a wellness coach and spiritual healer, is now caught in the crosshairs of a medical conspiracy. The quiet, calculating blonde had fooled nearly everyone until now. Meanwhile, Taylor receives another encrypted message on her burner phone. A video clip showing Steffi and Kelly in the Forrester courtyard, laughing, being watched through a scope. Nick slams his fist on the table. We need to get them out of town. Tonight. Taylor nods, emotions swirling beneath her composed exterior. We're not just protecting them anymore. We're up against someone who's planning their next move. WEKENDCLIFFHANGER. The Rising Storm. Finn and Bridget convene in his beach house as dusk falls. Hope arrives, shaken. Liam stormed out earlier after hearing voices again. But now she's convinced it's not just paranoia. She brings in a new clue, a hidden device she found sewn into Liam's jacket collar. A signal receiver. Finn inspects it. Whoever did this is still monitoring him. Hope collapses into a chair. Why? Why target Liam? Finn hesitates. What if it's not about Liam at all? What if it's about May? Across the city, Nick and Taylor finalize their escape plan for Steffi, Kelly, and Jack. But just as they prepare to leave, a black SUV appears outside Taylor's office. A woman steps out, cloaked in shadows. But the hair, the walk, it's unmistakable. Taylor stares out the window. She's back. Nick reaches for the drawer where he keeps a weapon he never thought he'd need again. The war is coming, and it's personal. Liam goes missing. Daphne's secret identity sends shockwaves through Forrester Creations. Bridget and Finn track down the butterfly tattoo nurse, but she's not alone. Taylor confesses to Nick about a patient she once tried to protect, who may now be targeting her daughter. Hope makes a dangerous deal with someone from the past, someone with blood on their hands. The lines between ally and enemy are about to blur. The Bold and the Beautiful is no longer just about fashion and family, it's about survival. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Bolded and BAUTFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.